I'm going to try one last time here on the role of the not and negation in human language and human culture. There's not only a flurry of don't, the child emerges out of the don't and the is not, right? I mean, the capacity to say what something is not and to actually do the is not, to walk into a room and see that your keys are not there. Well, there's lots of places where your keys are not, but somehow the objective not being there of your keys can be disclosed by you. I mean, there's a non-being. It's not just verbal, but there is the sheer capacity to say don't to someone, and I said not to do that. It's funny, if your dog never barks about the stranger who didn't come yesterday, right? This notion that there is a very different sense of the not for an animal. An animal can withdraw or refuse or turn away, but it doesn't have the either or capacity where you could say one but not the other. I can't go to the dog. You could either go outside or have a treat, but you cannot have both. The dog is boggled by the not. The two things there are just both present possibilities. It doesn't entertain the non-being of the other once it's chosen the one. Now, I think a different way to say that is the human animal is the only animal that can have another animal kind of come up and harass it for what it didn't do. See, I think other animals, they respond to what the others are doing in their environment. Right? I mean, the animals are running around and they're reacting to one another and they're reacting to what they're doing. But, you can get a call from a friend or a relative and say, hey, why haven't you contacted me? They can make a comment about what you haven't done. And sometimes in the human world, because we have a knowledge about things, we can think about what we haven't done and have to deal with that as a fact. Somebody can be old, they can look at their lives, and they can look back. And looking back, they still dwell in the decisions they've made, knowing what they did and what they did not do. I'm really not sure that other animals do that. Do you think that other animals are, in long-term reflection, dwelling upon what they didn't do and somehow how that relates to who they are? From an outside observer, if you're just going to look at the materiality of it, the materiality would show that the animal only is wherever it is at any moment. It does whatever it does. There kind of is no non-doing things for the other organism. It can't go, oh, I wish I would have played the violin. There is no, would have played the violin. That's a non-being being entertained. The human world is a world infected with negativity. There's a non-being that's part of who we are. And I think for people to really get at that, they have to see that not only can they introduce non-being by recognizing things not being there and by giving a flurry of don't and is not and talking about what things are not, but they have to deal with other people who can ask them about why they didn't do something.